Have you ever looked back at a moment in your life and wished, with every fiber of your being, that you had acted differently? Have you ever carried the heavy weight of regret, knowing that the chance to make things right has slipped away forever? This is a story about love, about silence, about the words left unsaid, how sometimes we realize the value of someone only when it's too late. It is not a story of fairy tale endings, but of lessons written in pain. Someone you once held close but perhaps didn't love loudly enough. Someone you thought would always be there until the moment they weren't. And if you listen closely, this story might whisper to you the most important truth. Never wait too long to love, because time is not always ours to keep. In this town lived Michael, a man whose life, from the outside, looked steady, even admirable. He had a good job, a tidy house, and a reputation for being responsible, perhaps even dependable. But if you looked closely, if you walked into his heart, you would find a different truth. Michael had always struggled with expressing love, not because he didn't feel it, but because he didn't know how to show it. He grew up in a family where affection was scarce, where words like "I love you" were buried beneath layers of silence. His father worked long hours, his mother stayed busy, and feelings were something that simply weren't spoken out loud. And so, Michael learned to live quietly. He learned to keep his emotions locked up like a chest no one could open, until he met her. Her name was Emily. She was everything he was not: warm, expressive, gentle in her presence, yet powerful in her ability to light up a room. When she laughed, the world seemed less heavy. When she spoke, you felt as though she was listening with her soul, not just her ears. Emily was the kind of person who made love feel like a natural language. From the beginning, Emily loved Michael with all her heart. She wasn't blind to his quietness, but she saw beyond it. She believed in the goodness tucked inside his silence. She believed that if she loved him enough, he would learn to love out loud. At first, their love was beautiful. They walked under the autumn trees. They shared coffee on Sunday mornings. They dreamed about building a future together. And Emily, with her overflowing heart, gave everything she had. She left him little notes in his briefcase. She cooked his favorite meals after long days. She listened to him when he was too tired to speak, simply holding his hand until he fell asleep. But Michael, though he loved her deeply, rarely gave in return. He thought about the things he wanted to say, but the words always got stuck. He thought about surprising her, but told himself there would always be another day. He thought about thanking her, appreciating her, cherishing her, but instead he stayed silent. And silence, though soft, can be heavier than thunder. Emily began to feel it. She began to wonder if she was enough. She began to question if her love was one-sided. At night, while Michael slept peacefully beside her, Emily would stare at the ceiling, her heart aching for words that never came. All she wanted was to be loved in the way she gave love. All she wanted was to hear, "I see you, I cherish you, I don't want to lose you." But those words never came. The turning point arrived one winter evening. Snow was falling outside, coating the streets in a soft white silence. Emily sat across from Michael at the dinner table. She looked at him, her eyes tired, her heart weary. She whispered softly, "Michael, do you love me?" The question hung in the air like fragile glass. Michael looked up, surprised. He felt love, of course he did. But the words didn't rise. Instead, he gave a small nod, almost embarrassed, and muttered, "You know I do." But that was all. No warmth, no reassurance, just a sentence tossed into the cold. Emily smiled faintly, but inside she broke. That night, while Michael slept, Emily wrote a letter. It wasn't a letter of anger, but of exhaustion. She wrote about how she loved him, how she had given everything, but how her heart could not survive in silence forever. She wrote that sometimes love needed to be spoken, needed to be shown, needed to be alive, not hidden like a secret. The next morning, Michael woke to an empty house. On the table sat Emily's letter, neatly folded, her handwriting soft but steady. She was gone. Michael read the letter once, then twice, then again. And for the first time he felt the weight of his silence crushing him. He ran through the streets, searching for her. He called her phone, but it went unanswered. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Emily never returned. She had left for good. Years passed. Michael built his life as before. He worked, he aged, he moved houses. But something inside him never healed. He carried her letter everywhere he went, folded in his wallet until the edges grew thin. And every time he touched it, Every time he read it, he remembered the woman who had loved him enough to stay, but whom he had loved too quietly until she left. And then came the day he learned she was gonna not just from him, but from the world. Emily had passed away suddenly, without warning. It was then that Michael realized something that shattered him completely. Love delayed is love denied. He had loved her, yes, but he had loved her in silence. He had waited too long to speak, too long to show, too long to give back the warmth she had so freely offered. And now, she was gone forever. Think of the people who surround you, the ones who love you, the ones who give without asking, the ones who show up for you, even in your silence. Have you told them how much they mean to you? Have you shown them in ways that make their hearts feel full? Or are you waiting, like Michael did, telling yourself there will always be another day? We do not always get another chance. Life is fragile, time is fleeting, and love unspoken can wither away until it's too late. Michael's story is not just about losing Emily, it is about losing himself to regret. I need you, I see you, can mean more than grand gestures or perfect timing. The turning point of his life came not when Emily left, but when he stood at her grave, letter in hand, whispering words she would never hear. And in that moment, he understood. Silence had cost him everything. Don't wait. Don't wait until tomorrow to speak your heart. Don't wait until it's too late to show your love. Don't assume the people in your life already know how much they mean to you. Tell them, show them, love them now, not later. Because one day, the chance will slip away. Love is meant to be alive, spoken, shown, given freely while we still have time. So call the person you've been meaning to call. Hug the one you've been too busy to hug. Because at the end of life, it will not be our achievements or possessions that matter most. It will be the love we gave and the love we had the courage to express. She lost forever, but he realized too late. May you never have to say the same.